Hi guys, so I'm gonna read All American Comics number 26. So on the cover, there's this guy. He looks like Two Face. I don't know, like half of his face is green, and it's really weird. He's not Two Face, so. But anyway, the Green Lantern by Mark Dillon and Bill Finger. And there's another weird thing. Someone on the scan wrote to Charles with best regards. So it's signed by the creator. So Martin Owl 92 and Mark Dillon 40. One and the same. So I guess that's some sort of pen name, if you're a ghostwriter, you have a fake name. I guess that's what that means. So that's kind of interesting. But streaking through the heavens, walking through walls, immune to metals, these and other supernatural gifts are Alan Scott's to use through the medium of willpower when he wears the potent ring made of part of a mysterious green lamp, a ring that must touch the lamp at once every 24 hours to retain its potency. By use of the ring, he becomes a dreaded foe of all crime. He becomes known as the Green Lantern. Our story starts in one of those small candy stores that dot the city. We gotta have money to pay this month's store rent. Your operation used up all our savings. If I could borrow some. Why not? Why not, Carl? We could borrow from a loan company. Accordingly, Carl Kessor visits the office of the Richard Turpin Loan Company. And so when I saw your ad, I thought maybe, you've come to the right place, Mr. Kessor. I can let you have that amount at about 10% interest. Have a seat. Now, if you'll sign this agreement, I'll bring the money right to you. 2 months later. Well, Martha, today I make the last payment of the money I borrowed. I'm so glad now we don't have to worry about that any longer. Later at the loan office. Here it is, Mr. Turpin, the last payment, paid in full. Not quite, Mr. Kessor, not quite. You see, there's the carrying charge on the money, and a few other items included in the contract. See for yourself. Why, that wasn't in the paper I signed. You forced my name to this. By the time I got through with paying this, I'd have to borrow the money all over again. You're a crook. I refuse to pay. You'll pay and like it. There are ways to make you pay. That night, as Kessor's about to close shop. That's him. Okay, let's take him to the back of the store. Nobody can see us there. What's this? Turpin sent us over. We gotta convince you to pay up that dough. Let him have it, slug. The thugs administer a brutal beating. Carl! I don't think the boss is gonna have any trouble collecting now, eh, slug? Carl, what will we do now? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Mr. Turpin to court. He won't get away with this. But when Kessor pleads his case, clever shyster lawyers working for Turpin distort the true facts. And as for the plaintiff's statement that his name was forged, I say again, his name is there. What proof has he to the contrary? And his charge that thugs were employed by Mr. Turpin to beat him as a warning? Poppycock. They were probably burglars. But they did. They tried to make me pay. Later, the judge delivers his verdict. After viewing the facts, I find that the charges against the Turpin Loan Company are lacking in evidence. Case dismissed. Thank you, Your Honor. But... Don't think for a moment, Mr. Turpin, that I don't believe you are guilty. But I know you are. But it can't be proven. Thank you again, Your Honor. That very day, Alan Scott, young radio engineer, and Irene Miller enter Kessor's store near the Apex Broadcasting Company. The usual tobacco, Kessor. Say, you look worried. Anything wrong? Everything's wrong, everything. Kessor tells Alan and Irene the story. Why, that's terrible. Can men really get away with things like that? So that's Irene talk. So, why, that's terrible. Can men really get away with things like that? It seems like they can, Irene. And the worst of it is that Turpin is sending his men around to collect some money tonight. Loan sharks getting fat on the money scrapped together by helpless people, unfortunate enough to fall into their clutches. Something must be done about it. Maybe something will. Maybe something will. That night in his sanctum, Alan Scott peels off his clothing and arrays himself in strange attire. So Turpin's thugs are calling in Kessor tonight, are they? Well, it's high time I went into action. As the ring is placed against the lamp of power, a glaring flash of light, radiant, energetic force surges through the mantled figure, the figure of the awesome Green Lantern. And I shall shed my light over dark evil, for the dark things cannot stand the light of the Green Lantern. Like a human projectile, he whirls and shoots into space. This is where the Green Lantern sheds a little light on the evil of the Turpin Loan Company. In Kessor's candy store. You again. Yeah, it's us. Got that money for the boss? I haven't got it. Oh yeah? Well, I have to. Hey, what the? Flying right through the wall, the Green Lantern appears on the scene. Let's see how you like fighting me for a change. The Kate figure's knotted fist shoots out and lands flush on the hoodlum's jaw. And let's see what you can do with a fellow on your own size. I'll plug you full of ooh. I don't like people to point guns at me. Drop it. No, don't, ooh. Not so tough without a gun, eh? The next time I see you boys around here, I'm going to start to clean up and use you for a mop. Thoroughly frightened, the men report back to Turpin. And then this guy with the phony costume barges in. A guy with a costume, eh? We didn't have a chance against him. The guy's the powerhouse. Say, what's that on your jaw? It looks like a small green lamp. That's where he socked me. Hey, wait a minute. That guy was the Green Lantern. Quite right. What do you want? I want to cut myself in on your racket. I'm tired of helping the people fight crime. There's no money in it. I like to make easy dough. Finally got wise to yourself, eh? But what do you want with me? What can I do in my game? I don't like beatings. That's why. I slapped your 2 mugs around. If you want to make people pay up, I can do a better job. Beatings are too crude. Look at the trouble you had in court because Kessel was mauled. I can make up your victims pay up without mussing a hair. What'd it say? Yeah, you've got something there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try you out on some guy that's been giving me trouble. Then we'll see. What's this? Is this the Green Lantern we know? Or is he up to some trick to trap the loan shark? The Green Lantern is taken to the shop of one of Turpin's clients. We're from Turpin. He says you gotta pay up. Turpin! Okay, Green Lantern. Let's see you go to work. As the Green Lantern flashes his ring, the dazzling beam of light stabs the man's eyes. What? The light! It's blinding me! I can't see! I'm blind! Blind! Again the pencil of light licks out, this time to cover the man's right arm and... My arm! I can't move it! It's paralyzed! Once again the light flashes over the man and... I can see again! I can see! My arm! I can move it! That was just a demonstration to show what might happen. What might happen if you don't pay up that money. I'll pay! I'll send the money to Turpin in the morning. Honest! As they leave. Boy, you sure gotta hand it to you. That guy was scared. Yeah, hey, where you going? I just want to make sure that fellow keeps his promise. Wait here. You again? I never expected the Green Lantern working hand in hand with criminals. Don't worry, I'm not. I'm just collecting evidence against them. I came back to tell you not to send that money to Turpin. I have a feeling you won't have to. Back at Turpin's. Honest, boss, you should have seen it. This guy's the goods. That's great. You're in, Lantern. Now, what that's settled, what about money and... Which reminds me, boys, now that we've another man in our racket, he'll have to take less dough. What? Listen, I'm not taking no cut, not me. Yeah, me neither. Sure you boys won't change your mind about that cut? Why, sure. It's okay with me. Yeah, we was only kidding, that's all. What are we gonna do about that circus guy to borrow dough off Yeah. Yeah, are we gonna let one of them lions loose to scare him? No, the Green Lantern will take care of him. No drastic measures anymore. As the two hoodlums wait outside the office for the lantern. If we don't watch out, that lantern guy will be cutting us out of this racket altogether. Yeah, the quicker we get rid of him, the better. Later, as the three speed towards the circus, Slug suddenly brings the car to a halt. Why are you stopping here? You'll find out. Okay, come on, get out. What is this? Curious, ain't you? When the guy's cutting our racket, we get rid of him like this. Bang. They don't know that their bullets can't harm me, so I'll play dead. Say, what are we going to tell Turpin? Tell him that some guy who the Green Lantern put away in jail got out and bumped them off to get even. Nobody can pin it on us. But as the thugs drive off, the corpse suddenly rises and streaks after them from above. Now to see what the two playmates are up to. The car turns into the grounds of a small circus. This must be the circus Turpin talked about. Stealing cautious toward the cages, Slug cautiously opens one that houses a tawny lion. Nobody looking. Well, open the door. Start running. Okay, run. With a sudden roar, the king of the jungle bounds out of his cage. Roar! Help! Help! The lion's loose! Run for your lives! Help! As the lion leaps towards his intended victims, a fantastic figure plummets down from the sky. It is the weird Green Lantern. Pointing his ring to the ground, the Master of Light causes a wall of flame to appear. As the lion bounds forward again, the mysterious wall of flame flares up anew. Don't like fire, do you? Back, or I'll make a steak out of you. Using the hot flame of light as a prod, the Green Lantern drives the lion back into his cage. I'll bet you don't sit down for a week now. Locking the cage, Green Lantern vaults up into the sky as the plaudits of the crowd follow him. There he goes! It's the Green Lantern! The lantern sights his quarry. Gotta get the two rats responsible for this. They can't have gone far. There they are now. Surprise, surprise! Look! Holy cats, it's him! I wonder whether I should drop you, or perhaps paralyze you, as I did that storekeeper. Don't! We didn't mean anything. We'll do anything for you. Just let us go. Moments later, police headquarters. Judge, these men have something to tell you about the Turpin Loan Company. Yeah. You don't say. And still later. Back already? It didn't take me long to persuade him to pay up. That sucker. I'll make him play plenty before I'm through with him. By the way, Turpin, just how do you fix it so your clients pay up so much on the original loan forgery? Sure, I just forge their names onto a contract that calls for more interest and other charges, and by the time I get through, they pay and pay. Okay, boys, grab them. What is this? It's the end, Turpin. I left your office open a bit so the police could listen to you talk yourself right into jail. By the way, that remark about making people pay and pay, you should have known that crime doesn't pay. You. The next day, as Irene Miller and Alan Scott once again enter Kessler's store. Hello, have you read about how the Green Lantern exposed Turpin and his loan company? Yes, saw it in the morning papers. And did you read about the district attorney's speech? Now that the Green Lantern has exposed Turpin, the DA intends to crack down on all other loan sharks. Say, that's great. We all owe it to the Green Lantern. Every month, another thrill-packed action-crammed issue featuring the adventures of that exciting new character, the Green Lantern, in All American Comics. Don't miss it. So that's the end of that this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.